I mean, I don't know. It happens to the best of us. Gotta like the stuff that happens with Zoom here going on with the hair. But I don't know what to do when your listing doesn't sell. What to do when your listing doesn't sell. I'm in that position, and some people say, oh, you should make a video about it. I mean, I'll make a video about anything. People who know me know I don't care. The more transparent I can be about what goes on in the actual real estate market, the better. So I put up my flip listing last week on my own personal flip. The turnout was light. The open houses were below average. And to be honest, the feedback was a little bit underwhelming. So what to do when your listing doesn't sell? It hasn't sold yet. And I mean, in the old world, at a week, you're really not panicking. And I don't have a panic meter, so don't really care. But it does make you wonder if you're the listing agent and or seller. So this applies to sellers and to listing agents. This is a good one where all can watch, and it's going to make sense as you wallow with me in my initial misery. I'm sure it's going to work itself out. But my name is Jonathan Green. I run a big team called Streamline Properties on Market, brokered by eXp Realty. I also have an off-market property acquisition and flipping company called Streamline Properties, and I flipped a property. There is a YouTube property. There's a YouTube video up here that shows you the before and after of this flip. And you can tell me, like, I don't know what happened in the first week, but I'm going to give you a couple reasons of what I think is going on. But I will say, before I get into what I think about everybody else, anytime, if I was not myself and I was counseling someone else and they said, hey, my listing didn't sell, I would say, your price too high. It's going to be a tough one for me to stomach, but I still don't think I'm priced too high. I've looked at the comps. There's a much smaller house that sold for $10,000 less, not very far away. I mean, that one was listed at $599. Mine's listed at $825, but it sold for $815 or $819. So the weird oddity of this real estate market is that it's actually encouraging us to price lower just so we get more offers. But more offers doesn't mean more good offers. The problem is, we think that people look at the price of $825 and they think, well, that's going to go for $1 million, so I'm not even going to see it. So we're sitting around here twiddling our thumbs, turning the lights on and off for no reason. Could it be that? And then the hardest part about it, after that happens, now we go into second week now, where then people say, like, oh, wait, it didn't sell. What's the problem? And I'm just like, there's no problem. Go show the property. It's all good. But these are all parts of the real estate market. And it's very hard if you're a seller in the heat market to not sell. But it's also hard to stomach saying, put it lower and I can guarantee you that you'll sell higher, because you can't. There are houses selling $300,000 over asking in the same town as my flip. I just tend to price at value. So I tend to get less offers on my flips. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but I usually do just fine. So I'm going to wait it out, but you do have to look in the mirror every time you think something's going to happen and it doesn't. Did I do something wrong? Is some of this commentary correct? I mean, in theory, yes. There's one thing, though, that I'll say. A lot of the issues that are going on, not specific to anyone, real estate agents are scared to tell their clients the truth. So if the clients give feedback and you don't adjust that feedback and they say something and you not a participant in the conversation, you're not going to do them much good. If my client tells me that something's overpriced and I say, actually, based on the comps, the price is pretty good. I mean, you don't have to like the place, but comping it out looks pretty solid. You have to know the market. So if a client is saying all a bunch of stuff and this is cheap and this is bad, and you don't know and you just let them go along, that's never going to stop. They're never going to find the one. It's because those clients are looking for problems. And the problem that I think that we have as flippers right now is people are coming in hot looking for problems. You know, they'd much rather buy a house that somebody's lived in. They feel like then it's cared for. But some things with a flip, even when it's staged nicely and doesn't look like a stale, like boring flip, they start to get the things out. Ooh, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? It's not a new build. Like, The goal of flipping is to turn out a great product, also to make money. So there's lots of decisions that you have to make. Is this going to be worth it, or am I not going to do it? One of the biggest decisions that I had to make on my latest flip was whether or not to put a garage. We're in an area that probably in reality would work well with a garage, but I have a nice big backyard. And right next to me, the house has a 2-car garage and has like a postage stamp for a backyard. So I made the personal choice that I would much rather sell to someone who wants a backyard. I can live with that. So when somebody gives me the feedback like, hey, they just really want a garage, yeah, no problem. Totally get that. A bunch of the other feedback I don't really get. I just think it's a little bit off base. I don't know what people expect these days, but I know that I do everything correct, on flips. Doesn't have to be to everybody's taste, but I'm, doing everything that I'm supposed to do, pulling the permits that I need to, closing the permits. I understand how it works, how things get reassessed, because they don't just get reassessed just because you close a property in New Jersey. So look, what do you do when your house doesn't sell if you're a seller or a listing agent? First, you look at yourself. You look at the price. Is this price in line with the comps? Am I priced too high for the competition? But I will tell you, I don't make rash decisions. I took a long time on the price, so I'm not running to go make a price reduction because I don't think it's the price that's the issue right now. I think it's the market. And I think when people see the price, they're adding 100 or 200,000 on, so they're not even looking. But hey, look, now that means it's an opportunity. It's sitting there at 825 after 7 days or so, and now it's ready. I guess it's 10 days because we did a coming soon. So now it's ready and people can come in and do that. What I really, don't want is people to come in and try to underbid. That's not going to work out well. But again, the first place you look is at yourself. I've done that. Maybe I'll change my tune in a couple of weeks, adjust something. But for now, I'm just going to let it ride. When I go into flipping, and when I'm a listing agent for clients and we've taken a long time to decide, then I'm going to ride it out for at least 30 days to see what's happening and if I can get any better feedback that's actually more constructive than some that I've gotten. I think that our job as real estate agents in the field when we're buyer's agents is to give constructive feedback that may help the seller or the listing agent, learn a little bit more about the property, what you like, what you didn't like, but also, do it while being a good person. So I can't tell you what's going to happen next, but I can tell you what to do when your listing or house doesn't sell. Just relax. The market's great. So everything's not going to be perfect. Are most houses selling right away? Yeah, can't deny that, but it doesn't mean that there's some rain cloud over your house. Probably in the price range, it's toward the higher end of the price range. But again, this market is absolute insanity. So don't count on anything. We've watched houses sit for 6 months and then get 3 offers. So I'm just going to ride it out. I'll update you soon. Have a great day.